Hey guys, this is about a 9-month update at this point. For those who have been following the blog, when I stopped cortisone, face went bright red, lots of horrible symptoms, swelling, lost all my hair, got too many to mention, not to mention how red my skin got and itchy. And it's been a really interesting journey. I've just added to the blog in the, I hope, that corner, a video from Dr. Marvin Rappaport, which really highlights exactly what's caused all of this. It's cortisone, of course, we know that, for those who have been following. But exactly why and exactly how it breaks down the blood vessels and causes them to be so itchy and red and push the blood through and cause so many issues. He doesn't talk about the adrenal system and the change in hormones in the body, but what he does say really categorically is that give it time and it'll heal. He's seen over 2,000 patients, all of them healed just naturally, just by giving it time. And yeah, he admits straight away, horrible symptoms. Look through my blog, you'll see stacks of them. But it's not the issue. The point has nothing to do with the horribleness you go through. The point is the gold at the end of the rainbow. And I keep getting comments and emails from people saying thank you for being so positive. There's nothing to be negative about. Yeah, sometimes you stub your toe. Yeah, it hurts for a minute. But think what you get at the end of it. I mean, really think what you get when you finish the recovery. You get life back. Think of all the things you can't do. When I was, this couch I'm sitting on, when I was really bad and just couldn't move, couldn't do anything, I dreamed of going out and playing football, of going down the street and having a coffee with people, of just living life. And what I realised while I was lying there was that for years prior to that, I'd missed many opportunities. I'd stopped drinking because it had turned my skin red, and whilst I don't condone drinking, it is part of life. I avoided playing sport. Many times my skin would flare up and I wouldn't go to parties or wouldn't ask a girl out or something like that. And it was really affecting my life. I just didn't want to admit it. I mean, so many ways. What I'm going to get back at the end of this is a full life. I can do whatever I want. I dream at the moment of, going, keep saying, of going over to Europe and diving into oceans and jumping out and sunbaking on the deck. Or at the moment I couldn't do that because my skin's so dry and itchy. That would just dry it out. But it's getting there. And so what I want to do is update today where I'm at. For those who read the blog before, I've been working on diet, and I don't quite know what in my diet, but I've been focusing on having lots of green leaves, beans, like really background stuff that's just high in fibre, high in nutrients. Try to cut out processed food, which I haven't done altogether. I had fish and chips the other day, I just had a bit of chocolate, but largely I've cut it out. And that seems to be making a bit of a difference. Just a nice consistency in my skin at the moment. I don't know how good the camera is, but my hands, which were really red the other day, are quite normal now. Catherine is extremely good at telling me to stop scratching, and scratching's a big issue. It does cause skin to go red, not because of eczema or anything else, but because you're actually ripping at the top levels of the skin, so of course it's going to go red. I mean, you don't need to be suffering from this to know that. When you bang your arm on a wall, it goes red. I mean, I don't need to explain the science, it just does. So, as hard as it is, trying to stop myself scratching is a big issue. So, those things seem to be going well. The phase I'm at the moment, when during the day with a bit of moisturiser, I'm really pretty good. I mean, I can feel my face right now is a bit dry, and I need to put moisturiser on it regularly just to keep it sort of supple. The skin's thin, but it's got through all of the really hard phases. I don't know when I zoom into the camera now if you'll be able to see little flakes of dry skin, but it's pretty minor. When I first started this, the flakes were enormous. They were just huge, and it was like a snake peeling its skin. It was terrible. But now it's all over my body, and when I go to sleep, of course, it's the worst because it's hot, it's warm, and and I'm lying down and rubbing my face and other bits on the blanket. So yeah, of course it strips away a lot of the moisture. But I jump up, I get in the shower, I have a really light rub down of my body, just taking the dry skin off but trying not to scratch at it. Get up, put some moisturiser on, and I'm pretty good. I do need to be really, really careful rubbing my face. I know that if I rub anything on there at all hard, I'm going to have a really bright red face, as I did that over the weekend. And I've been experimenting with this. What happens is you exfoliate and it's terribly red for a couple of days, and then it's actually quite good. But what we're trying to do is not that. We're trying to find a happy medium, and that's just soothingly gentle. Water and then moisturiser. Also, I find that you've got to be careful with lots of things, like the heat of the shower. Any eczema sufferer has been told this before, but what heat does of any description, is it pumps more blood. Your blood booms through the vessels, and they expand, and that makes you go quite red. So, trying to keep the heat down, and also giving myself an hour to lie on the couch can really make a difference. Now, I can't do that during the week, but on the weekends, I tend to have a shower and then just lie down and let the whole body settle down. Tablets-wise, now really interesting too. I've been talking and researching a lot with Lib and a few other people. Vitamin D, all the vitamins really, cod liver oil, all these things seem to be making a big difference, even probiotics. And the reason for that is that the body needs them to hold all the skin together and to help the cells heal. And that's common advice. But what I noticed when I went travelling recently was that I was smashing the booze, and all of a sudden my body was falling apart. And I couldn't work out why. It was only after I got back and did my research, spoke to Lib, spoke to a few people, that I found out that the alcohol is stealing minerals from my body, as is sugar. Sugar's a bastard as well. And so when I got back and I stopped that, cut all that out, and started taking lots of vitamins and eating really well, not surprisingly, my skin got heaps better. And it's just simple. It's just giving your body all the food that it needs to pull everything together, to go through the process faster. Lots of people argue on this on the forums. Whether it speeds it up or not, you can't argue that eating healthy is good for you. Right? There's no logical argument against that. And my take on it is, and I've said this many times, why don't you give yourself the best possible opportunity? If it's a maybe, if the scientific world is unknown, maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't, just do it. There's no skin off your back. In fact, you'll lose some kilos. I did when I got back from Thailand. I was 90 kgs, heaviest I've ever been. I've dropped back to 84 now. It's been like a month. Still having lovely food, still having chocolate and so on, but it's pretty easy. Anyway, this is quite a long video already, so just quick to finish the quick update. Face was quite red over the weekend, but just being soft with it, it's come back to quite a natural colour. No one asks me if I'm sunburnt anymore. My hair, as you can see, it's still tiny little bits of dry skin come out of it, but I mean, it used to be large flakes, and it used to be like all over my black suits. Now I can happily wear them, and you can see that my eyebrows have grown back. I never really had a beard, but it's sort of growing back. And I'll just show you the rest of my body very quickly. You can leave your hat on. And you can see, look, that is red. No doubt about it. But it's not bright red. It's sort of pink. And my arms at the moment are actually more white than they are pink. My back's the same. What's interesting too is that when I was drinking booze and partying a bit, I was getting these spots just here and on the other side that were dry skin. And didn't matter what I did, they were there and they were itchy and they were breaking open constantly. And what I've found is that, yeah, just the food thing, having minerals, it seems to be going away. In fact, it seems to be going really, really fast. The other spot was that on my hands, on the palms of my hands, I was getting little, like, blistery sort of things come up. And they just weren't going away. Again, since getting my diet right, they seem to be healing up really, really quickly. So there's my advice for today. Anyway, spread the word. Thank you so much for watching. And guys, any questions, anything you want to know, just get in touch with me. Alright, cheers.